but let the concept be, I want to get to the most healthy version of myself, not I want to look like them. My girls, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here. Happy New Year. It is the 6th day in 2026. Let me know down below what is some of your New Year's resolutions and how everything has been going. We're almost a full week into 2026. I can't believe it, but I'm so pumped up and excited for this year. So just drop down in the comments. Let me know how your new year is going. Let me know of any goals that you had. And have you been being consistent? Have you been sticking to your word? And if not, that's okay, because this is what this page and this is what this channel is even about. This is what this topic is about to be about today, and how we can stay consistent with our goals. So without further ado, welcome or welcome back. My name is Shy, your friend, your big sister, whatever you want to call me, but I'm here to make sure that any goals that you have set for this year get accomplished. Let me just start off by saying I dropped a video last week about my body recomp journey, and I was not expecting it to do as well as it did, because it was my first video, my first fitness video. So I'm very excited, very grateful, and y'all did leave some questions, and I'm here so ready to answer them all. By the end of this video, I want you to understand what body recomp is. I want you to understand how you can do it for yourself and see progress and not feel like, oh, because the scale isn't changing, you're not making any progress, because that is a lie that I'm about to debunk for you. So let's get right into it. So as we're going into the new year, I know a lot of people have fitness goals. You don't know if you want to cut, which is being in a calorie deficit. You don't know if you want to bulk, which is eating in a calorie surplus. I can't think of the word. Or you don't know if you want to do either. You have no clue where you want to start. But let me tell you the power of body recomping, how I did it, how I achieved it, and I lost 24 pounds and completely changed the physique. I completely changed how my body looks. I completely changed the composition of my body. So let's get right into the video. First and foremost, body recomping is when you are losing fat and building muscle at the same time. What you're going to do during this process is you're going to eat high protein, you're going to strength train, you're going to do cardio. My favorite cardio was steps. I was getting 10,000 steps in a day, and you are eating in a calorie deficit. So calorie deficit, 10K steps a day, high protein, and strength training. So the first thing I want to talk about is, what is body recomping? Because when I was getting into fitness, I had no clue what it was. All I knew was the terms get toned or get lean and skinny. Those were the terms that I had heard of. I had no clue what a body recomp was, and I'm gonna be honest, it was one of the best things I finally figured out when I did learn it. Eating in a calorie deficit, which is helping you lose the fat, but your strength training as well, and the strength training is helping you build muscle. This is where things get a little bit confusing. The reason why I preach to not trust the scale or not solely rely on the scale is, think about it like this. If you're losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time, and you step onto the scale, the number on the scale might not change. Imagine that you have a shoebox. Imagine you have two shoeboxes. You have a shoebox here. Here is shoebox A, and here is shoebox B. Shoebox A is filled with 3 pounds worth of feathers. Shoebox B is filled with 1 rock. That rock also weighs 3 pounds. Both of these boxes weigh the exact same amount, but the difference is shoebox A has feathers in it that fill it from corner to corner, right? It takes up more space, but it's also 3 pounds. So here you are with shoebox B, which just has that one singular rock in the middle that takes up less space. Can you guess which one of these represents fat and which one represents muscle? You're smart, I knew you was. So the feathers represent fat. It's 3 pounds, takes up more space in your body. Your body is the box. It takes up more space in your body, and it weighs 3 pounds, right? Shoebox B, like I said, it has just 1 rock in it, which is 3 pounds worth of your muscle and takes up less space. So this is where body recomposition comes into play. You can look completely different and still weigh almost the exact same amount. I have only lost 24 pounds in my fitness journey. I started at 187 and I'm currently 163, and I'm 5 foot. If you look at me, you would think that I probably weigh way less than I do, but a big portion of my body fat or body weight comes from my muscle, right? So with proceeding through my journey it did become very frustrating and very confusing for me because I really didn't even realize I was doing body recomping. All I knew was I need to be lifting weights and I need to be eating in a calorie deficit. Not realizing that me eating and training how I was transforming my body in a way that I didn't quite understand at the time. So let's get into what's really important and what you need to make sure that you are implementing while you are body recomping, if you choose to do so. So first we're going to start with strength training. When you go into the gym, you do not have to be John Cena. You do not have to be pushing people through the wall. You don't have to do that. But I do suggest or highly recommend that you challenge yourself. You make sure that if you take a barbell or whatever type of strength training you want to do, and you can easily do 10 reps to that, babe, you need to go up on that weight. I need you to be pushing a little bit harder because the strength training that you do in the gym is going to count so much. That's what's going to start helping you build the muscle and lose the fat. And what I didn't know, which is also so cool to me, is that if you are strength training, even when you're finished, when you leave the gym, your body is still burning calories because it's doing things that it's never done before. It's breaking down muscles and building it back up. And it takes energy. So your body is working even when you're at home, laying in bed, chilling after your gym session because it has to recover and it needs that energy. So it's still burning calories, right? So strength training is very important. I did progressive overload throughout my journey, and progressive overloading is when you're either going to the gym and each week you're increasing your reps or you're increasing your weight. Something that I figured out in the gym early on was how strong I am. I didn't realize how strong I am. So every week I was challenging myself to go up and higher in the weight. You don't have to do that. You do not have to go up in the weight at all. You can just increase your reps, okay? Because the point is to challenge yourself. You have to push your body a little bit outside of what it's used to so that one, you can see what you're capable of. And like I said, I'm strong. I didn't know I was that strong until I started pushing myself in the gym and going for it. I wouldn't have never thought that until I got into the gym and tried it. Don't injure yourself. And if you can go with somebody to help you and make sure you're not doing anything that's outside of your comfort zone, that's great. But if you're at the gym by yourself, do what's comfortable. Be safe. Do not hurt yourself. Next thing, let's talk about being in the calorie deficit. So like I said, when you are body recomping, for my journey, I wanted to lose fat. So I did eat in a calorie deficit, and during that calorie deficit, I figured out what my maintenance calories was, and I cut at least 500 calories from that. But on top of that, I was doing my steps. I was getting a lot of steps in, so that helped with my calorie burn or whatever. That helped me burn more calories, right? So you want to make sure that you are eating in a calorie deficit if your goal is to lose fat. Make sure that you figure out what your maintenance calories are and cut at least 500 calories from that, right? And then moving on, like I said, my choice of cardio was getting 10K steps in a day. And I could make a separate video on that, how you can get 10K steps in a day. I promise you I got you, but I do work a 9 to 5 desk job. And yes, I still get my steps in every single day without fail. And I will explain to you exactly how I do it in another video. Just let me know. I got you. And I also make sure that I do a 30-minute incline walk after every strength training session without fail. I make sure I get my 30 minutes in because it's important to get that cardiovascular heart rate up. Make sure you are getting your heart pumping, and that's just important overall. We have to move our bodies every single day, so I make sure I get my cardio in. Next thing, this is probably gonna be the most important thing that we talk about. I slept so bad on protein. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I still be sleeping. I got my hands up and I can admit it. I need to, as soon as we wrap this up, I need to go eat. I just have to get my protein in. But first of all, when getting protein in, why you're getting your protein in is because we are lifting weights, it's tearing our muscles, and we need protein to mend that back together. So let's think of it like this. What kind of analogy can I use? I wish I could think of analogies right off the top of my head, but sometimes I be needing a second. Let me think. I can't think of nothing right off the top of my head. But let's just say something silly. You have a wall that is built up by bricks. This brick wall just got knocked over a little bit by a boulder, and some of the bricks fell out. The protein is going to be the little bitty bricks that we have to pick up and put back into the wall. And your muscle is the wall itself, right? So let me say it again. Your muscle is a wall, and the wall is built up of little bricks. For some reason, the wall just got hit by a boulder, which is the weights we're lifting in the gym, and little pieces of the bricks fell out, which is the muscle membranes that broke. What we're gonna do is put those bricks back in to mend it together. We're gonna eat protein, and the protein is gonna help mend your muscles back together and help them grow because you're breaking them down in the gym when you lift the weights. I hope that makes sense. I'm not good at making up analogies off the top of my head. That's all I could think of. But essentially, that's basically what's happening. So that's why protein is so important. Now, how much protein do you need to be eating? Great question. If you are trying to lose weight, I recommend eating. So basically, let's just say that you are trying to get to your 190 and you're trying to get to 160. I would suggest eat 160 grams of protein a day. I know that sounds like a lot, but you got goals. Are you trying to reach them or not? I ain't even trying to be like that, but that's just me. That's just how I had to think of it because that's how I had to come at myself. I was not eating my protein like I was supposed to, so I had to be realistic. How much are you eating? Are you eating enough? No. Why? Now start eating it. So I'm increasing my protein intake, and I also suggest to eat whole foods as protein. Your meats, your chicken, your beef, your fish, whatever you want to eat, whatever type of protein you prefer. I'm not gonna lie, lately I have been staying away from protein bars and packaged processed snacks because I don't know, it's just, I don't know. We don't know what these people putting in this food, and I really do try to eat more whole foods now. Like the I have is packaged yogurt and Greek yogurt. But that's about it. Like I'm not really trying to, and protein powder, I do still drink my protein powder. I'll make me a smoothie or I'll take the protein powder and put it in my Greek yogurt and eat it like that. But I'm not really with the protein bars. If you know of a protein bar that doesn't taste like chemicals, let me know. But I can't do it, I really can't. Now let's talk about why body recomping feels so slow, because it does take a while. Like I said, I body recomp for 2 years, and it took me about 2 whole, almost 3 years to see the progress that I've seen. And I know that sounds like a long time, but it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. The reason why body recomping feels like it takes so long is because your body is literally multitasking. It's trying to recover, it's building muscle, it's losing fat, versus if you're just in a cut, all your body is doing is losing that fat. It's just shedding fat. That's it. When you're recapping, your body is doing so many things at one time. That's why it's important to be nice to her, be sweet, because she's building muscle, she's cutting fat, she is building you a better metabolism, giving you a better sleep. It's working overtime because of the good decisions that you are making. But it does take time. It's not an overnight process. And like I said, you have a completely different physique afterwards. It's not just skinny, which is nothing wrong with that, but you have it's a lot going on behind the scenes that you don't see that takes a while. So that's why it is so slow, because your body is doing so many different things at one time with this new routine. And also I want to hit another point. Make sure you are not comparing yourself to anybody else's progress, anybody else's physique, anybody else's anything when it comes to fitness, because everybody is different. Genetics do play a huge part, and I know that is something that we don't like to hear all the time, because we want to just think that, oh, if I do this just like her or him, I'm guaranteed this result. And that's just simply not the case. It's your genetics playing a part, your height can play into a part. There's so many different things. Your metabolism can play into a part. There's different factors. So the biggest goal that you can really give yourself and seek is to be the healthiest version of yourself. That's what I strive for. I want to be the healthiest version of Shy I possibly can. And the body has no choice but to be T. Let's just be honest. If you're healthy, your body is T, period. I don't care what you say. Her version of healthy might be different than my version of healthy. It might or might look different. But the point of the matter is to be healthy. So I'm not going to compare what is sustainable and healthy for me to somebody else. There's women out here, the Lemon twins, Talia Joel, I believe they're like 5'7", 5'9". They're tall. I'm 5 foot tall, flat. What do I look like comparing myself to them when I'm not even on the same height level? I can't look like that. I'm genetically not them. So I say this to say, do not compare yourself. Do not try to look at, oh, I want this. And it's okay to have vision boards. It's okay to have inspo. But let the concept be, I want to get to the most healthy version of myself, not I want to look like them. No, ma'am. look like who you're supposed to look like in your most healthy version, your most sustainable version, your most mental healthy version. Also, take care of your mental while you are dieting or while you are going on your fitness journey, because I feel like a lot of times you can get lost and get into a deep, dark space where you're so too worried about counting calories, you're too worried about getting your steps in, you're too worried about what the scales say, and then you start feeling like a failure when you're not a failure. Your body just needs time. You didn't wake up overweight. You didn't. Like, all of this was consistent eating habits, consistent drinking habits, consistent sleeping habits that basically built you up to be in a space where you didn't want to be in. So be kind to yourself and understand that over time you're going to have to undo some of these habits, and every single time you wake up and choose to be the best version of yourself, you are choosing to be the best, healthiest version of yourself. The results are going to come. Trust and believe and know that the results are going to come. I just don't want you to get into a space where you feel like it got to come today, it got to come tonight, because it's not. Realistically, that's not going to happen. However, every single time you show up as yourself, you are casting a vote towards the person that you desire to be. I'm so proud of you for doing that. So I really hope that this video helped as well. If you have any questions, please leave them below. And don't forget, I said to leave your New Year's resolutions and what you have accomplished or what you're trying to accomplish this year, because I'm excited for you. I'm excited for us. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, my girl.